you really don't see Deion Sanders doing a lot of coaching on the sideline. Deion Sanders is a motivator during the game. He's your biggest fan, but he's not going to coach you during the game. He's going to motivate you. Let's just be honest. A lot of the players that play for the Colorado Buffaloes have never seen Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter do their thing in person. It's one thing to see them on TV do it, but when you're a teammate of that and they go out and do what they do, then you have to come to the realization, you have to snap into the present and say, wow, I'm playing with NFL caliber players. Jimmy Horn wasn't surprised. I expected Jimmy Horn. If you look at my previous video, I predicted that Jimmy Horn would score long touchdowns. And what did he do? He scored long touchdowns. Go back and watch my previous video from last week. This is exactly what I predicted. And I also predicted that Draylon Miller would play a bigger role than Amarion Miller if Amarion Miller didn't come into his own, show more swag, show more confidence, be the player that we know he could be. See, not only do you see Draylon Miller getting carries out of the backfield, you also see him catching the first two passes of the game. So he's jumped Amarion Miller as I predicted to make that commentary right now. I think Will Shepherd also was a little starstruck. It's still a new situation. If you transferred 9 months ago and you watched Colorado play on TV like the whole season, fast forward, you're not on the couch, you're actually under a helmet, in that atmosphere, it's gonna be an adjustment. Javonte Wester, he was not starstruck. He looked comfortable. He looked in the present moment. And that's why Shedeur wanted to get him in the end zone, which probably could have cost us the game, to be honest. So Shedeur needs to make better decisions. You could see the dudes who really met the moment, and you could see the dudes who really were like, damn, I play for the Colorado Buffaloes. It's a celebrity team, man. It's a celebrity team, and I don't care who you are. But then again, this is only the first game of the season, bro. It's only the first game of the season. So, thank God they got 11 more tries to wake up and go to sleep and say, okay, this is what this is. So I'm not going to go on and on about the receivers. I think they'll all come to the realization that they play with one of the best quarterbacks in college football. And if they want to catch the ball, they're going to have to get their mind, body, and soul in the right place. The defensive backs, of course, they weren't picked on. They weren't tested. So they weren't really in the game. They weren't thrust into the game. They were thrust into, play run defense and defend those dinkers and those screens and those short passes. Because like Coach Prime said, they didn't even throw the ball outside of the numbers. So it really wasn't a cornerback's game. It was more of a run stopper, defend the first down, which they weren't really being successful at that in the first half. But they didn't know what to expect. And, North Dakota State came out determined to get first downs and keep Shedeur off the field. So, and then the second half, they said, okay, obviously they don't have deep threats. If they do, they're going to try to trick us into it. It was a linebackers game. You saw Bentley, Bentley got the start. Okay. Bentley got the start over Nakai Hill Green. Bentley is one of those guys now. I'm so happy, man, because he's a devoted Colorado Buffalo. He was never even thought about the transfer portal. And, I thought he was going to have to make his name on special teams. But Bentley was in there getting tackles, and Trevor Woods was in there doing his thing. Trevor Woods got beat, because that's the game that North Dakota State was playing. They was playing the same game that Colorado State played. So it's a successful formula because you got a lot of corners that want to be star corners, but you don't give them a chance when you run short crossing routes, just looking for first down yardage. There's so much space in the middle of the field, and that's what they took advantage of right from the start of the game. If you go directly at the secondary of Colorado, you give them a chance to get in the game and make plays because DJ McKinney And those guys, they want an opportunity to intercept the ball, just the way Shiloh wants more opportunities to intercept the ball. So when you go directly at them, you give them a chance to make plays. So by not doing that, in those short patterns and those running backs out of the backfield and crossing patterns with those receivers just looking to get 12, 13 yards, that is not what Colorado defense likes. They don't like that. And they get exploited like that. Somebody need to talk to Amarion Miller because Draylon is no joke. He's out of Texas and he's a dual threat running back. They call him a Debo Samuels type. I think Amarion Miller, it's imperative that he plays well, but I don't want to see him designated to special teams. A guy with that kind of talent. It's obviously his confidence in himself is what's keeping him from. I mean, they didn't even target the dude the whole game. You can say what you want about the Division 1, 2A, or whatever. Those dudes been playing together and won the national championships, and they up front they knew what they was doing. So it was a good test for the defensive interior of the Colorado Buffaloes. The offensive line, the cool statistic is that Shedeur was only sacked one time. Was he rushed? Yes. Was he? Did he need to make plays with his feet to get himself to readjust the pocket? Yes. So obviously there's some things that need to be tightened up, especially going forward. But I took a look at the Oklahoma States and the Kansas States and these other teams that Utah that we're going to come up against. Man, if we stick to our guns, we can win these games. We can win. I'm not saying we're going undefeated, but we can definitely be bowl eligible, and that's a fact. So Colorado State got beat 52-0 by Texas, and so Texas plays Michigan next week, and Michigan struggled. So and in the first game of the season, it is what it is, bro. So let's not get all bent out of shape. This game in Lincoln will be against Nebraska, which is a rivalry game. The first of two rivalry games is going to be interesting. So we're not gonna be able to use the excuse of first game jitters. They've got 10 days to prepare for Nebraska and to get up there to Lincoln and try to do to them what they did last season. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are anticipating the Buffalo's arrival. So let's go Buffs, man. That's what I got. That's all I got on what it is, except some clown trying to walk up to Travis's girl trying to get a picture and she dissed him. That was funny as shit. I might put that, I might show y'all that too. But anyway, man, let's go Buffs, man. We 1-0, okay? It's 1-0, 1-0 every single Saturday from now on. We just need to go 1-0 every single Saturday from here on out. So let's go Buffs. Rogers Media Sports, what's up?